So let's talk about this album. When does the album actually come out? Because
March 25th.
Okay, so we got a few weeks, but so we'll hold on to this until closer to the album. But you got some dope features on this project, but the T-Pain feature just was super unexpected because I'm listening to the album and the version of the early that I have doesn't have the features on it. So I'm just pressing play and I'm like, yo, this shit is hard. And then shit, T-Pain,
Yeah, T-Pain.
Was that an easy act? Like, Pain is the coolest mother. I'm real tight with Pain. I've been like, Pain is my guy. So people like, he's the most humble. If he fucks with you, he fucks with you.
He's the chillest dude I've met
for sure.
So far. Is out of him and Thundercat and Flylo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what was the T-Pain like when you cut that record, did you specifically say like, I need T-Pain?
Nah, this is what happened. When I cut the record, I went to the Cave to work with Kenny Beats.
Okay.
You know what Kenny Beats is, right? So I worked with Kenny Beats at his studio.
You guys have a joint project.
Yeah. Unlocked. Yeah. Like when we together, the duo is Unlocked. Okay, like he produced our rap.
He's incredible. I've been trying to get him on the show. He like went on his Twitch and like played a part of my interview talking about how dope he is. And was like, we made it. And I was like, damn. And I'm like, all right, well, come on the show then. Man, you might could connect us.
I'll talk to Kenny, man.
No, he's a legend, but continue.
But yeah, so I was at Kenny Beats studio. This was like early 2020. This is when I just went there and we wanted to work on some tracks, like, you know. And he was playing beats and everything. Then he played he played something. He played the sample of Troubles.
Okay.
And then I just started writing to it as he was making the beat, and I only wrote the hook. So I was like, got some trouble that these drugs can't fix. We might struggle because life's a bitch. They get happy when your ass get rich. Blowing money because our bag ain't shit. So he heard it and he was like, yo, just go in the studio, bro. Just go in. So I'm like, all right. I go in the studio. I lay it down. I lay down a verse. I laid out 2 verses. And basically, you know, he was just like, this is dope. I sent it to my management. It was like, oh, this shit fire. This, that, and the third. Like, we like this. This is going to be the hit. I know this is going to be the hit. And then I'm just like, yeah, whatever, nigga. So I remember I was reaching out to people at this point because, like, I wasn't working as much with F&Z anymore. And I was just reaching out to people, seeing who was going to hit me back. And I was reaching out specifically to producers. Not even to artists. And T-Pain was just one of those artists I wanted to reach out to because I just wanted his insight with, you know?
Yeah.
With just music. And me and T-Pain's relationship, it started at Bonnaroo Festival in 2018. Like, he liked my cypher. Of course, I grew up on his music. I grew up on Rapper Turned Singer.
Of course.
And then, you know, him and Adam DeVamp from Workaholics was cracking jokes backstage back and forth.
I love that show.
Yo, it was like Def Comedy Jam or some shit. If you ever seen them two interact, it was funny as fuck.
That sounds amazing.
I do my set, he do his set. We still cracking jokes with each other. We exchange numbers, this, that, and the third. That's how our relationship started. And then, you know, I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm about to call you because, you know, I changed my number. I don't know if he changed his number. Reached out to him and I was talking to him, just bigging him up and just letting him know, like, yo, you're a legend. I know you don't get appreciated as much because, like, all the things that happen in the industry, but bruh, I'm letting you know that I appreciate you and what you done for me just growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shit you did with DJ Khaled,
of course,
all the shit you did with Rick Ross, all the shit you did with Plies, all the shit you did with Lil Wayne, and even all the shit you done yourself, even Freaknik. Like
the Plies T-Pain 1-2 punch. Yeah. On those Khaled records.
Yeah, even the stuff you did with Kanye West.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I mean? So he really appreciated that. And I wanted his feedback on 2 tracks that I have on the album. So one of them was Worst Come to Worst, and I sent Troubles. They were 2 opposites, and those were like the leading singles for me before I made any of the other records. Sent it to him, and he gets back to me. He said he loved Troubles. And he was like, Worst Come to Worst is fire too. If I was you, I'll put both of them bitches out at the same time on different blog sites. And I was like, that shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also blog sites.
You know, whatever.
What year is it?
You know what I mean? So he really loved the Troubles record. He really liked that record. So my manager, Mark, a year later, he was like, hey, we thinking about sending that record to T-Pain to see what he's gonna do with it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, you send it to most people. Most people don't get back to me because it's me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they don't know me like that, you know? So basically what happened with that was I'm going in a Muay Thai class and T-Pain texts me. He's like, yo. And I'm like, yo, He didn't reply, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. So, you know, I'll call him probably at some point. Then the next day, I'm at my homie Power's crib, who also produced on this record. And, you know, we going over some stuff. I get a text from T-Pain, a Dropbox folder. And I open the folder and, you know, I'm listening to it and I was like, oh, this is Troubles and this, that, and the third, you know? And then next thing you know, his voice comes up and I'm like, oh shit, I start spazzing because the man ripped it. And he gave me classic T-Pain, like the T-Pain that everybody knows.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He gave me T-Pain. He gave me him.
Great record.
And what he was writing about was so real, and I know you felt it, you know? I felt that shit firsthand. And I even got self-conscious a bit, and I was just like, damn, should I change my verse? He was like, nah. And then Power's like, nah, hell nah, bro. Like, that's the record. Like, you got to keep it like that. So I'm like, you know what? You right. And I was feeling self-conscious because I'm like, damn, T-Pain ripped it. But I'm like, that's T-Pain. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, he's one of them ones. I mean, like, I think of him and Akon and like Lil Wayne and the run that they had when, like, around the same era, and like how they were just on everything. It was like each of them had like 3 years and they just kept passing the baton. It was like Akon, then it was Pain, then it was Wayne and Pain, and then it was just Wayne. It was every remix, everything.
Yeah, it was crazy.